Aren't we sharing our deepest, darkest secrets? Even then, geez, Louise. Your turn. After that story, now I have to share a big one. You'd better. You. Oh, the sunset. You can really see it. Even though it's black and white, but you can tell that it's a sunset here in this manga. Promise you won't tell a soul. I'm curious now. What is it? Alright, alright. Promise. I killed someone yesterday. What the fuck? So telling people that you peed yourself as a child, you can never ever say that. That's a dark secret you keep to yourself. But telling people you have killed other people, that's not that dark of a secret. You can share that. Especially if this is just like the second time you've talked to that person you're telling that dark secret to. Okay. Huh? Oh yeah? Who? My neighbor. The fuck did he do? Wow. Why'd you do it? Cause he'd go gamble at pachinko even though he was on welfare for disability. What the fuck? She sounds like a typical fascist, like a Republican conservative, like one of those white supremacists who are like, yeah, I'm gonna shoot up this neighborhood because I'm dissatisfied with white people being replaced and the state doing nothing about it. I am fighting back for my people. Our white blood cannot be diluted. So I am gonna do something about it and shoot up a black neighborhood or something. Because the state is just trying to hurt my people. She sounds like one of those. She's like, oh, he was a burden to the state. So I got rid of him. He was on welfare for disability. Oh, the poor taxpayers' money was going to him and he was actually gambling. She sounds like light Yagami, dude. Like, she's doing vigilante justice. It's not even that he did something to her. It's just that she has an ideology, like a social, political ideology, that this neighbor doesn't fit. And she thinks it's better to get rid of him. It reminds me of this unregulated euthanasia thing in Canada that's going on, where even people that are considered burdens, like homeless people, are allowed to go get assisted suicide. What the fuck? It's just one step away from eugenics. Like, you have a specific population in mind, like with specific people that you allow to live in the state. And if they don't fit those criteria, you're killing them? I thought I liked Yuko. She's a fucking fascist. What the fuck? I did not expect that. I expected something like, oh, he tried to rape my mom or something like that. Something personal. Or that she saw him, I don't know, rape other girls. Something like that is super hideous, disgusting. Like something that absolutely no one should tolerate. Whether they're a witness or know of something having happened of that sort, no one should tolerate it. Like rape and the sort, nah. I would totally understand if someone killed a rapist. Really. Like, I'm not about vigilante justice because everything needs a process, because if everyone just listened to, I don't know, their intuition, like I heard from a neighbor that he killed someone and I'm gonna do something about it. And it turns out he didn't do it. Like, I'm not pro death penalty at all. At all, okay? The state should not be able to force life or to force death upon people. I am absolutely against those things. Like for forced pregnancy and, you know, the death penalty. So I am completely against that because of political reasons, you know. Not because of, you know, a moral argument that's people don't deserve death when they did a crime. Some people do, absolutely. As I said, rapists and so on. But it's not on us to do that. But I would understand if in the moment you were about to get raped, or someone you're close to, or you witnessed a rape and you killed that person because of these overwhelming emotions at that moment, the adrenaline and so on, and the pure disgust that you'd feel. I would understand if you just forgot about, you know, the laws and just fucking did it. I would understand that. And I would forgive that. So, gross things. I expected something like that for Yuko's reasoning, why she killed her neighbor. I did not expect fascism. She totally sounds like one of those school shooters. Like in their manifesto, she sounds like one of them. She totally sounds like one of them. She sounds like someone who would, I don't know, commit genocide because certain people don't fit her standard of proper citizens. So, anyway, let me continue because the chat is going crazy. I think when I rewatch the video, if I ever do that, I'm gonna read the chat, but I'm also scared of spoilers, so I'm not looking at the chat right now. I'm gonna continue reading the chapter. I gave you my monologue, I gave you my view and my opinion on social and political stuff, and now I'm going back to Yuko surprising me in the most negative way that I never expected. Cause he'd go gamble at pachinko even though he was on welfare for disability. And for unknower, that's not fascism. I don't know. She sounds like a commie. I am one, probably. But that's if you're referring to Yuko and what I said, what I described in my monologue, not being fascism, like it is. It is because she is basically, you can call it racism, fascism, ableism, whatever ism, but she's basically like, I deem these types of citizens as worth it to stay alive because I am a spokesperson for the state and I cannot allow the taxpayers' money going to someone like that so they can gamble it away. That is insane. That is so extreme. That's extremism, fundamentalism. I don't. She's just too radical, okay? Too radical. And it sounds. She really reminds me of those school shooters in America. She reminds me of that. That's fascism. Like, you are laying out criteria for which people you would allow to be alive. She didn't report her neighbor for going to pachinko or call, you know, social services and say, hey, this person is on a welfare program, but I have seen him go to pachinko. I have evidence. Like, even that, I would feel like if I knew of a neighbor who did that, I still wouldn't care. Like, I'm not a snitch. Like, I don't. It is taxpayers' money, but our money goes for much to much worse things. It's being wasted on politicians' private jets anyway. So what is one person that gets a limited amount of money, welfare money? That's not a lot, okay? That's like, you can survive with that money that you get from the state, the welfare program for disability and so on. You can survive barely. And if that person chooses to gamble it away instead of using it for food or whatever, that's their problem. Like, it's unfortunate, but let's say you're a super concerned person who really wants everything to be proper and for that person to live properly, because for some reason you can't live if you're not absolutely fucking sure that your neighbor lives in a proper way and uses disability funds in a proper way. Then report them. You can try that. But to go so far as to kill them, like erase them, so that they're not being such a burden to the taxpayer, that is extremism, that is fascism, and I don't like that, okay? So, let me go back to... I should have gone Big Elda mode when I talked, but... I never know when I'm gonna stop, so I never do that. That went on for too long. I didn't plan for that, but I'm just so fucking passionate in my hatred for things that I don't like. Okay. What the hell? Yep. What the hell? Really, I liked Yuko. What the fuck, Fujimoto?